Well, it's Thursday, day 4 of my early season hunt here in Manitoba. I'm hunting with Grandview Outfitters, and fortunately Tom Ainsworth, the outfitter, I've hunted with him for years for both bears and deer. Killed a lot of really nice bears and deer both here, and he pretty much just allows me to just kind of have the run of the place, and he's very flexible in allowing me to hang my own stands, choose my own hunting locations and everything like that. He's just very good that way, and he knows I kind of like that aspect of trying to figure it out. So on day 4 here, it's in the 80s, and which is quite a switch. On day 1 and 2 I sat in the tree stands and it was in the 50s. I hate the wind I have here today, but when I hung this stand, I knew the wind was going to switch. I'd hoped that I'd get a chance at this buck before it got to that point, but I'm at a point here where I really have to kind of go all in, and then I'm just going to have to let this spot rest for a couple days, just because I've been hunting a little too hard, and this is kind of a bad wind today. I already have a doe coming out in the field down over there. It's a bad wind, but I sprayed down my clothing, really soaked them down with scent killer, which works even after it's dry, so that'll hopefully significantly reduce my scent here, and I'll be able to get away with an edgy wind. Hopefully. It just kind of all depends on which direction the deer come from. Been seeing a lot of deer every day, lots of does and fawns, small bucks. Even had a bear come across the field and walk right underneath my stand yesterday, and I didn't tell him that I had a bear tag, but he left anyway. So I'm hunting one specific buck, and that buck has been spending a lot of time on the upper end. This is the north end of a hayfield, and I have lots of trail camera pictures of him up here. And then he just kind of disappeared right after I hung the stand here, and then one morning I was out right at daylight, just kind of driving the back roads and looking at deer and so forth, and doggone if he didn't run across the road in front of me a mile south of here. So I checked the trail cameras that I had down in that area, one on a trail and one on basically a rub on the south end of a hayfield down there, and sure enough, he was down there. So I was debating about whether to try to set something up down there, but then today at 5 o'clock in the morning, he was back on camera up here again. So, you know, that's a mile and a half. It's quite a distance actually for a buck to travel when he's in velvet. They do that a lot. As soon as they shed their velvet, they start moving around a lot more. But so I'm basically caching all my chips and pushing them into the middle in this spot for tonight, and then I'm just going to have to let it rest either way, because I'm undoubtedly going to spook some deer, and just hopefully I can pull this off. It's really, really tough to just target one specific buck, and but I've always wanted to shoot a buck in velvet, and this one's a really good one. I mean, he's a really nice mature buck and in full velvet. It's August 30th, so my time's running out. Today was the first day that I started getting pictures of bucks that are out of velvet, so I'm running out of time here, but hopefully tonight will be the night. I'm in a really good spot. If the wind doesn't betray me, I'm definitely going to have deer all around me again, just like I have the last few days. So hang on, and we'll see what happens. Oh my gosh, I got him. I got him. Well, he went crashing. No, he's going to wreck that velvet. That looked like a hard shot. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, those 3 does were right all around me. Holy smokes, I can't believe it. I got him. I was just watching these does in front of me, and all of a sudden they just stared right back into the bush right there. And I looked over there and I could see that huge velvet rack just moving through the trees in there. So I got 3 does in front of me. I'm trying to figure out how to get the camera on and get my bow off the hanger. I managed to get it all done, and he stood there and fed in the alfalfa there for a few minutes, but he was facing completely away from me, and then he turned. And I looked at all 3 does had their heads down, and so I drew, settled the pin, and it looked like a perfect hard shot. About 25, 27 yards, maybe a little more. I can't believe it. I mean, I think that was a perfect shot. Now, if he please just don't wreck your velvet on, he just went crashing through the bush back in through there. I could hear all kinds of crashing. All right, here we go. I gotta go look for him. Well, I thought I would review the footage before I got down to go look for blood, and then I realized when I looked at it, when I drew my bow, I bumped the camera arm with my elbow, and it moved him out of frame, so I didn't get the shot. Oh gosh, that is so frustrating, but well, live and learn. Anyway, I'm gonna go look and see if there's any blood on the ground.
If he ain't there, you know what I mean. And
yeah, he just went plowing through here, busting stuff off.
Good stuff. There's how high you mark.
Yeah. That would be the exit side there. It's been 20 minutes, so maybe when I heard the crash and stop, I really listened. Then I heard the second crash, and that's when I felt good about it, because
and that's good blood. And he got it splattered on there. That's nice blood.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's hard. I hope he's heart shot. I think he is.
And this is where he hit again. Yeah, like if he hits good, he ain't gonna.
Oh my goodness. Look at him. Look at that. Boy, he's a big-bodied deer.
He's a good one, isn't he?
Yeah. I thought I lost him when he went 1.5 miles south.
What's that?
I said I thought I lost him when he went 1.5 miles south, and he, you know, and then here he came back, and I couldn't believe when he walked out. Oh, he tore up the velvet pretty bad, crashing through the brush. Well, here is the buck that I've been hunting all week, and he's just in full velvet, and it's pretty amazing to set out to do something like this and actually accomplish it. I've really always wanted to shoot a buck in full velvet, and to be able to shoot a really nice 10-pointer like this in full velvet, it's just fantastic. And unfortunately, I didn't get the shot on video. The way it happened was kind of crazy. I had 3 does out in front of me, and they were feeding the alfalfa in front of me, and then all of a sudden they just looked. They all just zeroed in like radar ears into the bush right beside me, and so I looked down, and sure enough, I could see these big velvet antlers moving through the bush coming towards the field. So with 3 does, I'm scrambling to reach up and get the camera turned on and get my bow off the hanger, and by the time I got everything rolling, he was already in the alfalfa feeding, and he fed beside this doe for a little bit, stood there for a while eating, and his back was to me, so I didn't have a shot, and I was trying to keep my composure, and then finally he turned and gave me a nice broadside shot at between 25 and 30 yards, and made a perfect shot. And he went, I don't know, he maybe went 50 yards and left a fantastic blood trail. So thanks to Tom at Grandview Outfitting. I mean, people are what a great opportunity to have an early season bow hunt in Manitoba. It's August 30th, and you know, your chances of getting a velvet buck are so good here. It's just a lot of fun, and thanks to Tom and Deb for being a part of this, and this is pretty exciting.